Let's go. So we will continue from Itolo. Welcome back. Uh, so let's stream samba kanjani. So yesterday uh, we were doing a few things, but I think we were ahead with that. And then today we thought maybe we'll continue. Uh, all right. So, little bit of background. This is a shift scheduling app or an employee scheduling app. So I've been building this for a while now, maybe 3 to 4 months. I'm doing it, and then I decided I'm gonna uh, do it, but on a stream basically. So I'm gonna be streaming my progress and what I'm doing, almost like to a single type of code for everything that I'm doing will be on the stream. Or how I'm developing the site. So yeah, so unjalo. So this is the site. Uh, 2 days ago, we started by creating a user. So we have um, a user account, Sibusiso Masipula. And then this user account, we then added a team for the user. So now the user has a team. So this is what we've done. So you can either join a team maybe if somebody created a team and then they want you in the team, you can join that team using this code. So would be the code to join a team, or you can create your own team. So you type in a name here, which is what we did the other day, and then now this user has a team now. And then we went and created team members for the user. So we have all of these team members in the user, and then we created shifts, different shifts. So this is the shifts: day shift, morning shift, evening shift, graveyard shift. All of these shifts were created the other day. And then yesterday we were doing some minor things showing uh, like edit mode, so to say, for an input. So if you click on an input, it shows you that you can edit the input by making it dark and puts the borders around. So we're doing that with code. And then if you make an edit, uh, if you make an edit, so if let's say I take this away, then that's gonna start flashing to show you that you now have to click that update button to update the shift, to update the shift, or to update it. So if you make a change here or there or anything, this will start flashing. So you won't be flashing. So I would say you need to update. Otherwise, these changes won't obviously take place. So you need to update. So when you click update, that flashing is going to stop. So that's that. And then we did the buttons. We just made them like this, and we put like a dustbin inside. So that is what we did yesterday. So yesterday we said we want to, or we want to check that shift pop-up. Something is wrong with that. And then consolidation, initialization, and save shifts. I have to figure out what that was. So yes. So yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. So we were done here, and then we went to where the shifts are. So this is like the employee view for shifts. So these are the employees, and up there, this is the days. This is this week. So today is the 17th. Yes. So this is this week. So 11 was Monday, and then these are all the shifts for those days. So for Mankunzini, Mankunzini has evening shift and morning shift. This is not realistic because you usually don't do two shifts in a day. But yeah, um, for the test, we did it like this. But we can always delete some of the shifts. So if we want him to just do like one morning shift, we can delete that. Click there. That should delete the shift. Delete and then delete the other one so that Mankunzini is doesn't do uh, two shifts, three shifts basically. So that I'm just gonna do it just for Mangunzini for now. So since this is now active, like delete mode is active. So when you click on any shift, it will be deleted. So as you click, this will just be deleted. As you click, that will be deleted. We don't want to delete this one. We want to delete that one. That will be deleted. So if we move this, that should update. But I also want that. So what is happening is, if I were to take this shift, see that we have that consolidation container around the two shifts. So if I take this out to another thing, it then removes the consolidation container, the container that consolidates shifts and then only shows that shift. So we want to do the same when we delete. So when you move this out, it will then fix it so that you only see the shift now. You don't see the consolidation container. So if I click this, it's it keeps the consolidation container. So I want to remove the consolidation container. I did this before. I mean, I did it obviously for when you move shifts around. So when you move this around, then it will then fix it and then make sure you only have the one. So that was supposed to work. Oh yeah, it is working. So we will look at that. So let me just quickly write that down. Consolidate after delete, right? After delete, you have to consolidate the shifts or maybe reset the consolidation. Um, so that's that. I wanted to look at this. So here, when you want to add a shift, you click here to add a new shift. So yesterday we had a problem. We couldn't. This was not clicking. Look at that. It's not clicking. So we need to understand why it's not taking that. So let us right now. Uh, so we we have to find out why when we click on a user or a shift, it doesn't take it because we wanted to take it and put it inside an input. So here we want so that when we click this input here, so when we click something here or one of these names, we want that name to go in there, but it's not happening. It only happens like once in a while. So sometimes it happens, but we want it to happen all the time. So we want that to happen all the time. So and then this as well. sometimes it doesn't work. See that it doesn't change. So we need to find out why this is happening. So to do that, we need to find this this pop-up in the container. We need to find this in the in the code. Sorry, we need to find that in the code. So in our code right here, we need to find add shift. So that pop-up, I need to find this, and then we need to figure out now when do we or where in the code do we click this and this shows up, and then we have to click this to put it in there. So we need to find out where that is in the code. So right now we have to look at the inputs. So this is the pop-up. So the pop-up function basically. So this is the new event pop-up function. So this is the pop-up function, and then this is where we add the code. So as you can see, that phrase add shift on the pop-up this here, this pop-up on this pop-up is actually this one here. So we've added that in there, but now we want to find the inputs. So these inputs, we need to find them. So these inputs where we enter something, we need to find this, which is this one here. So the input for the team member is this one. So now these, when you click on it, it needs to also open that drop down. So this is another thing that happens that you should understand. So when we click this, we have this drop down with the names. So that happens here. So when we click the input, which is this one, we'll have to find that event listener. So the event listener is in this function. So we have to go team member input options. We have to find that function. So we want to go find the function. So we want to go this function, because this is the function now that that gives us that pop-up, the drop down. No, sorry, the drop down. So it gives us the drop down. So this drop down. So we have to find it. So it comes in here. So it goes and finds all the members for that team. So it goes to this code, this PHP code, and finds the members for that team from the database. So it goes to the database. So that code queries the database, and then we get our team members. So when we come here, this data variable now, this is the one that we get from there, from team members. So that there, that data, so this data it has the team members in there. So we're gonna go for each member. We want this to go down and then put that member in like an option, a drop down option. So it's just gonna do that, and then puts the name, value, name, all of this. So this is just taking the team members that we get from the database and then displaying them to us. So it's gonna So when you click this, so will pop up. When you click this, gets the team members from the database, comes back with it, and then that small function that we saw there just displays them. So it just puts them here as options so that we can now click on them. Basically, we can choose whichever we want to choose. So takes them and puts them here. So so we have our team members now. And then let's see what happens after that. Now shift input options. So this is that. Oh, it happens twice. Because the one that we were looking for is this one, but not this one. Because we need to find that option where we click on it. So let's see what's calling this function. So this function is being called from somewhere. We need to figure out where we're calling it from. Okay, so we go do this. So we do this, which is that first one, that first function that we saw, top one. And then after we've done that, we go down and then call the other function, which is now this one. So this one does the same thing, but it should not do the same thing. That was team members. This is shifts. Yes, yeah. So you call team members. You put the team members in the option, and then you call the shifts, because also the shifts has the same thing as the drop down. So that's happening the same way as this one. So manje, we need to figure this out now. Would say how are we how are we how are we doing this? Let's see. Let's shift. Other one. So this is the one that I saw. Make pop-up draggable. Okay, so that's a different one. So which one we have to check here? This is which one we have to check here? Okay, we have this. This is where we call the options. This is this one. And we also have that one. So we have two scripts that are supposed to be doing the same thing. Nah, this is the cell one. We don't want this one. This is the one we want. We don't want this one. This is the one we want. So we call. This is the one we want. So team member option. Go to the function. This is the one we want. So this function. Gets the team members. And then puts them in that drop down option. And then I now need to figure out that click. When we click on the team member option, this here. So when we do this, click this event listener listens for the click. So when we click this, it needs to take whatever is in there and put it there in the input. But sometimes it doesn't happen. So we need to figure out why. why isn't it happening? So let's console log this one. So I'll just see if that click does it happen every time. Because this is the click for the options for the members for that drop down. So now if we so now okay, we have to refresh this. So now if we click on one name, we should see that console log. So this console log, this here, I am trying to I'm trying to console log out to see if when I click, does it get there? Does it get to that point? So I'm just gonna type, does it get there? Yes, it got there. If it doesn't come to this, then we won't see this on the console. So let's see. Refresh again. So we're gonna refresh, and then I am going to open that. I'm gonna open the pop-up. Open the pop-up, and then so here I am going to have to click on the pop-up. So pop-up. So I wanna go click on it. Click on the pop-up. Nothing is happening because we can't see that yes. So that yes was supposed to go to the console. It's not going. If it does go, yeah, see, it went, and then we have the name here. So sometimes it doesn't take. So we need to figure out why that's happening. Why doesn't it get to this point? So the first thing to do, I have to check if it gets to this for loop. So this is a for loop. We need to check if how many times we get to this for loop. Does that drop down come from this for loop? So let's go. Yes is here. Let's just do two things. So we have to see it go down. Actually, let's just put one member. The name of the member. Where is the member's name? So one of the team members. So this should show in the console as well, because I'm trying to see if we get to this point. Because if we get to this point, then we will start or trigger this event listener. So if we got here, that event listener will be listening. So let's see, because it looks like it wasn't listening. Let's refresh this again. Let's refresh, and then we'll go again and get the pop-up. So we got our pop-up, and then now I want to see, or actually I wanted to see if we get our yeses. So we have our yeses. That's our yeses. So when we click, it doesn't give us the yes, and then it didn't give us a yes. Supposed to, but did I move it out? Oh, I did. I'm supposed to give one yes here. I don't want to do that. I just want to copy this and have it down here. So when you click, I want to see that. I don't get why it's not happening. Why? Why doesn't it take? Why doesn't it take? So let's go to heartbeat and then enable console log for every element that you click on. Because I want to see what's happening. So heartbeat, console log this, target. So whatever we click will show up in the console. Let's go back this way. Whatever we click must show up in the console. Whatever we click must show up in the, and then we will see which element is that. Because we're definitely clicking on something, but it's not taking our input. So now when I click, yes, I wanted to do that. So now when I click on this, it's not taking it because the target, wait, that's the input. Click on that. That's the input. Click on that. Something is covering. The target is not that drop down. So this drop down right here. So this drop down right here is not being exposed. Is not being exposed. So the drop down is not. Let's see what's going on. So our options, which is this one here. So our options, that's our options. It's covered by that. So when I click there, it doesn't really think it's clicking. It's clicking that option. It's seeing something else. It is seeing something else. So now we need to find a way to bring uh, that input forward. We must bring it forward. So let's look at this now. We need to, because now it's inside something and we're unable to click it sometimes. Our target is something else. Let's refresh this again so we can clear the console. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what the problem is. Now we need to find a way to remove it, to fix it. Okay, now that's doing it. Doing it now. Not doing it there. Not doing it there. Doing it there. Doing it there. But not there. Because looking at something else. So that there. It's what it thinks I am clicking. Let's find this. Let's click this. For everything. I'm looking for this. I want to see what that is basically. It must be a container for everything. But why doesn't it allow us to click our members? So it doesn't even have a CSS. Okay, let's do this. we have to, let's do this. We have to find this, our drop down, and then append the drop down into this, into that. So if we go back to where we were, I want this draggable. So here, so we have a drop down. Where are we? So we created this option. Then we must be appending it somewhere. So we create the text and listener. Where are we appending it? In this wrapper here. So that's our wrapper. Let me find out what that wrapper looks like. This wrapper. How does that wrapper look? What are we looking at? What are we seeing? Our wrapper. Wait. Because when I click on that, we should see the wrapper on the console. We must see it there on the console. So why isn't it showing up? Okay, let's see. Why aren't you showing up? Let us see. Why aren't you showing up? Why aren't you showing up? Why aren't you showing up? Why? 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 Why aren't you showing up? Why aren't you showing up? It's probably working fine. Okay. It's probably working fine. Okay. So let's see. Hopefully. Okay. So let's see. Think. This one. 400. No, that's not it. Line 15. This one. 15, right? So line 15. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so this comes in here. Okay, so this comes in here. Drop down that we've already created. Okay. But it's a drop down that we've already created. Okay, which is good. And then because we can fix it. And then so drop down that we've already created. So drop down that we've already created. And create these options. And then create these options. Append this. Why the hell do we append this options? Append options. Okay, we append options. Alright. Okay, we append them when we filter. Alright. But we can always change that. Or maybe put that somewhere else. So let's go back to where we are sending. Let's go back where we are sending. Where we are sending that. To find the place. Where we're calling this function. So we need to find the place. Here. So we call the function. Where we're calling the function, which is here. So we call the function with this, which we've already decided where it's gonna go. So now, so this
okay, the inputs goes in there, and then that goes in there.
I want to append.
So I want to append
inside
this inside
the actual pop-up, like the big
inside the
pop-up,
actual pop-up,
so let's
like the
append it
big pop-up
inside
there. So
pop-up.
let's append it inside
So we're gonna
the
append
pop-up.
it inside.
So we're gonna append it inside
So we're gonna go
a big
append it in
container.
there.
So we're gonna go append it in there,
Let's append it in there.
right? Let's append it in there.
So wrapper option
So
now is in here. So it's gonna be displaced.
So wrapper option now is in here. So it's gonna be displaced. You shouldn't be able to see it. I now want to keep it visible.
Now it's on display none.
Because now it's on
So we're gonna
display none.
display none.
So we're gonna remove display none because I want to see it.
See where it is. So it's gonna
I want to see where it is.
gonna be somewhere else.
So it's gonna
be
somewhere else now. So
bring it.
we need to now find a way to bring it.
Okay, so it's
to
this one. Must be
okay, so
yeah,
it's
it is that one.
this one. Must be that
right
one.
Now,
yeah, it is that one.
Should work.
So right now it should work, but we still have.
Okay. So
okay.
Seems to work.
So
sometimes it doesn't.
Seems to work.
Seems to work.
Sometimes it doesn't. Seems to work.
Want,
nothing is covering this now.
Let's see. So it was
but we want.
So we need to
let's
now
see. So it was absolute.
Where
so we need to now put it in a place where.
Move this around.
Let's see something else.
So
if I move this around.
So
okay, so it's moving with us.
So now we need
to
put this here.
So now we need to
there.
put this here.
So
it must be there.
It must be there.
So it must be there.
What happens?
So let's see what happens.
Options.
So let's go back to options. This is
so here
something else. Let's remove that. Okay, so here we need to.
Let me see.
Let me see.
So we need to find this out.
So we need to find. Let's first check this out. Where's it must be there.
So this.
Oh, that's a move shift and head shift.
Just gonna make it.
So this.
Bring it forward, like.
We're just gonna make it
index.
Bring it forward, like make the Z index very big.
I want to.
And then also, I want to. I'm gonna have to delete some of this. I mean, not deleting,
removing it because it's gonna cause chaos. I don't know where I am.
Removing it because it's gonna cause chaos. I don't know where I am, what I'm doing.
So
okay.
Let's see.
So let's see.
This is that also does the same because sometimes it doesn't.
So this is that also does the same because sometimes it doesn't take. Sometimes it takes. So we need to figure that out.
So we have to move.
So this is taking right now. So we have to move it back.
This to the input.
Move this up to this to the input. So let's see.
Find.
So
this. But it needs to be
find this. So it needs to be next to the input, which is this one here.
So we need it
this is that input.
Next
this one. So we need it to be next to that input.
But if we want it to be next to this input, we have to now say we need to find, basically we need to find where it is, where this is, and then put this there. So Okay. So if I make a comment, put this under team input. The team input. So we'll just a suggestion. No suggestion. Okay, let's go. Const input rec. So let's actually have to say input rec equals to should be documents.get boundaries or something. Documents.get boundaries. So we're trying to get boundaries for that. Boundaries, direct boundary, get boarding client rec or bounding client rec. So get bounding client rec. That's actually and then we want to make exactly this is what we want to do. So we want when we look at this to cancel it. So we want to put that right under there without putting it. We just want to tell it be under this guy. So okay, it is up here now, but we want it to be under this. So we have done it now. So let's console log. Console log. I'll just console direct, but I wanted to console log left and right and see if we're actually getting left and bottom. Actually, if we're actually getting the position for that input. So we want to get the position for this input so that we put our drop down there. So let's refresh and let's see. And let's see our input. If our input actually our drop down is going to be under. Actually, our drop down is going to be under the input. That is what we want. It hasn't moved. So it is still up there. It hasn't moved. It is still up there. So now, this is 0, 0. So we now are not getting the right. This is 0, 0. So we are not getting the right stuff here. Let me see. Where are we doing it? Where is our boundaries? So this is where we're doing it. At 0. So this is at 0. It can't be. Why are we getting? It can't be. Why are we getting 0? Let's do that. Let's see what's going on. Why is it saying left is 0? Left is not 0. Because left is not 0. Let's see. Everything is 0. So that is what's happening.
Everything is 0, 0, 0.
Not getting anything.
So that is what's happening. So it's
That
not
it
getting
doesn't know
anything
where that input is.
from that input. It doesn't know where that input is.
So it's fine. You could always hard code
So that's fine. We could always hard code this. So we don't. Maybe we don't need to get where this is.
We're gonna put it in the code.
So we're gonna put it in the code. So first thing we'll do, we'll just say,
and this is gonna be. Let's just say 50.
Need this brackets anymore. Let's just say 50% for now.
Bring it down.
50% from the top.
And then
bring it down.
From the actually from the top is 50%.
From the top is 50%.
We're just gonna make it.
From left, we're just gonna make it
50 pixel.
Let's actually make it like 50 pixel.
Let's see what happens if we do that.
And then let's see what happens if we do that.
So now our
drop down will move from there to somewhere in the middle, and we need to figure out how to put it under that input.
Under the input.
And then put it there. Under the input.
We need to figure that out.
So we need to figure that out.
Let it refresh.
Let it refresh.
I'm gonna populate the shift.
Okay.
Definitely.
It's gonna populate the shift.
Here.
But definitely
should.
This here.
There you go. So now it's down here.
Should. There you go. So now it's down here.
Just a little bit. If we move it just a
little bit. If we can move it just a little bit. If we move it just a little bit, it should. Okay, let's go for 60.
Let's see.
60%. Let's see. If that will move it more down. Let's just give it like a color so that it make the borders. Two pixel solid
pixel solid red.
2 pixel solid red. So I just wanna be able to see
our drop-down element.
Our drop-down element. Our drop-down container. So we wanna put it under there.
Yeah. So under this input.
Yeah. So we have to put it under this input.
Move it up and to the left.
Let's move it up and to the left. So we have to now.
We're gonna make this 20%, 20 pixels.
So to the left, we're just gonna make this 20%, 20 pixel.
I'm gonna go for
and then this one, we're gonna go for 55%.
Be 55%.
So that's gonna be 55%. And then let's see how it looks like now.
Should be very close to our
input now.
It is actually very close to our input.
There you go. So it is actually very close to our input.
So actually the left is fine.
Okay, so it's actually the left is fine, but we need to move
this way.
We need to move the other one this way. Move the other one back. We just have to basically make it
shorter.
The width.
So it was 100.
Make it shorter.
So we're just gonna say.
So it was 100. So we're just gonna say calculate
100 minus 40 pixel. We'll do it like
calculate
that.
100 minus 40 pixel. We'll do it like that.
What it is.
So we're just gonna subtract 40 pixel from what it is.
Back. We want it to
be should come back. We want it to be the same size as the input on top of it.
So there you go. This is perfect.
So there you go. This is perfect now. And there's another thing that we're seeing. Obviously, this is
supposed to be disabled.
This is supposed to be disabled, right? So let's disable that. Take the red away.
Let's see.
We don't need it
Right now,
anymore.
everything should be clickable because I took
Let's
it
see. So right now, everything should be clickable because I took it out of
because it was all the
of
way in
that
there and it was covered.
that container because it was all the way in there and it was covered by other elements on top.
Miss it.
Sometimes you click it, sometimes you miss it.
Right now,
So
we should be able to click and
right
it should
now,
work every time.
we should be able to click and it should work every time.
Here,
It doesn't.
there's something on top here. but
Trevor
we know
works.
it was
Here,
that other
there's
one.
something on top here, but we know
The-
it was that other one.
It was the other one. This one.
It was the other one.
Causing all
This
the
one.
problems.
This is the one that is causing all the problems.
So now
So
we need,
now
yeah,
we need,
we still have
yeah,
problems.
we still have problems.
Problem.
We still have problems.
Let's feel what's going on.
Yeah,
So
let's
our-
figure out what's going on here. So our
Figure it out.
let's figure this out. So our big
pop up.
container. Let's pop up.
This is our big container. Let's see.
This is our
That's
big
our big
container.
container,
Let's see. That's our big
Which is
container.
this
This one. Which is this one.
So this is our big one.
So this is our big one.
I want
So
to append this
I want
option
to append this
to that
option, the wrapper,
big container.
to that, to
small
the
one,
big container. Not the small one,
That
big one.
could have moved it a
Let's
bit,
see.
maybe to the
That
side. or
could have
somewhere.
moved it a bit, maybe to the side or somewhere,
And
but
then
it should
let's
be
make
fine.
sure
and then let's make sure
container position is
big container position
relative.
is
So it's fixed. So that
relative. So
be able
it's
to
fixed. So that should be fine.
cover the
Should be able to cover the
options.
cover
refresh
our,
again.
our options.
Have to see
So let's refresh again. So we have to see it now.
Maybe up a little bit.
It may have
or
moved
it might
maybe
stay
up a
where
little
it
bit,
was.
or it might stay where it was.
So when we do that, looks fine.
So when we do that,
Should
looks
not
fine.
give us problems.
and then it should not
should
give
work.
us problems now. It should work,
Yeah,
right?
because now it's on top
Yeah.
of all the other elements, or it's among.
Because now
the
it's
other
on
elements.
top of all the other elements, or it's among the other elements.
This one will give us
So,
problems, so we have to do the
This
same.
one will give us problems, so we have to do the same to it. So let's
The shift
find
one. So we were
the
doing
shift
the
one.
other
So
the teams drop down,
we were doing the other one.
which was this one.
The teams drop
We
down,
have the shifts.
which was this one. So we have the shifts.
So we have this one, the shifts drop down.
So we have this one, the shifts drop down.
to do the
So
same. So
we
to
want
put it here.
to do the same. So we want to put it here.
So we want to put this in there. So we're gonna put it.
So we want to
in
put
the
this
container
in there.
that is covering.
So we're gonna
everything,
put
not
it
the small-
in the
not the
container that is
small
covering everything, not the small not the small divs inside,
containers
not
inside,
the
so that
small
because there's
containers
different
inside. So that
containers in here.
because there's
I was
different
trying to put
containers in
the
here.
drop
So
down
I was trying to
in the
put
same container
the
as
drop down
input here.
in the same container
also
as
the
the
same
input
for
here,
here. So there's a big
under
container
here,
like
and also
because
the
it's
same
a
for
small
here. So
container
there's a
to the
big
big one, but
container like
there's
that's
one here,
yeah,
there's
it's
a
a small
div here.
container
So I
to the
was
big
trying to
one, but
put the drop down
there's
under.
one here, there's a div
Now
here.
I'm just
So I
gonna
was
put
trying
it
to put the
in the
drop
big
down
one
under
and
here.
then try to
But now I'm just
position
gonna
it to
put it
be under this
in
one.
the big one and then
So
try to position
that
it
should
to be
work
under this
fine.
one. So
So
that should work
now
fine.
let's find this in CSS because
So now let's find this in CSS because that is where we'll do our positioning. So
not really, we're not doing it there. Just wanted to
not really, we're not doing it there. I just wanted to
shift options.
Find it. Shift options. Okay. We're gonna have to because this is where what we were working with.
Looks like, but it means now
let's see how it looks like, but it means now everything will be on the same position because they are the same thing.
They are the same thing.
They are the same thing.
It won't. Should be fine.
Wait, no.
This is there.
It won't.
And that
should be fine. This is there.
Here.
And that, yes, that will be somewhere here.
Want it here.
But we don't want it there.
Let's see.
We want it here.
So we'll go.
So let's see.
Back to this.
So we'll go back to this.
This here we want to tell it where to be.
Now this here we want to tell it where to be.
We'll go.
So we'll go at style dot
top left
style.
We would do it the same, but let's
dot top left. Like, we would do it the same, but let's make this like
75%. So we want to
like 75 or something, 75%. So we want to all the way
as needed
down, and then we will adjust as needed
under that input
to get it under that input.
Under that input element. So
under that input element.
And now where do we don't even
right now, where do we have it?
There.
We don't even see it.
Yes. We have it.
There. Still have it, yes.
We
have it.
It's not bad. Let's move
I mean, it's not where it is now, it's not bad. But let's move it. Let's move it up a little bit. Move it up to there.
Let's cut 5%.
Let's cut 5%.
I couldn't click it. We have to figure out.
I couldn't click it. We have to figure out why
it was not clickable.
Why it was not clickable. Let's refresh this again.
Clickable. It must
Why
be clickable.
was it not
we must be able to click.
clickable? It must be clickable. We must be able to click this.
Yeah, it's still doing it.
So,
okay,
yeah, it's still doing it.
So that.
Okay, it should be ready now.
This.
So that.
And click travel.
This. We can't click travel.
We still have problems here.
We still have problems here. I thought we sorted this out.
Still have problems. Okay.
We still have problems. Okay, we'll have to figure out what the hell is going on. Because that click is supposed to just work.
It has to work. We can't have it.
It has to work. We can't have it. We can't have a user clicking many times.
It doesn't work.
So when we click here, it doesn't work.
Try
again. Because we are looking at target is this. That.
Why is that?
And why is that?
Add new event pop-up. So let's
add new event pop-up. So let's find add new event pop-up. Let's find it. See. Add New
pop-up.
event
So we need to know
pop-up.
what is
So we need to know what is happening
new
with
event
this.
pop-up.
Add new event pop-up.
And then what is
That is this one. And then what is the other one?
This big
What's
one
this one?
Pop-up.
This big one is add new event pop-up. So why when we click, that's what we get.
What's happening?
What's happening? So
let's see. So when we click this.
So let's see. So when we click this, that is what we get. So
I don't know if
let us make this. I don't know if this will affect everything.
Mouse events. What I remember, it's
mouse events. From what I remember, it's events, right?
Pointer.
Pointer events.
Let's say none for this element.
Let's say none.
Let me see. So
for this element.
Will deactivate.
Let me see. So this will deactivate it from receiving any clicks. So
essentially won't see.
So the mouse would essentially won't see the element, but will that also make it the effect will take
elements? So the element inside
will also be taken by the other element. So the element inside.
Okay. So it thinks we didn't click anything. But if we click,
okay. So it thinks we didn't click anything.
So
but if we click, oh yeah,
so it affects everything.
So
it
affects everything. So that
click on it,
that won't fly. Because now when I click on it, it thinks I'm clicking on something behind it.
So this won't fly.
So this won't fly. But I can't figure out why. Okay, we have to do that.
I can't figure out why. Taking our clicks. Okay, firstly.
It's not taking our clicks. Okay, firstly.
Works. That works with no
problems.
That works with no problems.
That works.
It doesn't affect.
That works. It doesn't affect anything. But this doesn't work. That is happening. Let's figure out what's happening. Let's go to these options. But the options should work just fine. Problem is this drop down. Something is happening with this thing.
Find out why.
To find out why.
So, okay, it was 1,000.
So, okay, it was 1,000 before.
Pointer cursor.
Pointer cursor.
Okay. I mean,
not disabling anything. Okay. I mean, another thing we can do, we can just cancel this absolute.
It's not that.
So that it's not that anymore. Let's remove this, but I don't think that makes any effect.
We're just gonna try it.
Okay.
But otherwise,
let's see. We're just gonna try it. But otherwise, I'm not gonna make it absolute anymore. I'll leave it as a normal element, a normal positioned element, position where it is. Because when you make it absolute, you can now move it wherever you want inside a certain window.
If we remove
now,
possibly we won't have problems.
if we remove that, possibly we won't have problems.
It should
So,
take at the moment.
Seems to take at the moment.
It's still happening.
Yeah, that's still. It's still happening. Yes, we still have problems.
Yeah, we still have problems.
Yeah, we still have problems.
So let's do this. Let's remove.
So let's do this. Let's remove that. And then let's.
So we remove that and then.
So we remove that and then. So we don't want to make it absolute anymore.
If we do that, we don't need.
If we do that,
we don't need. We don't need this. We don't need this part. And then we can now put it under the input again. So we can do that. We do it here and there as well. So we put it back. What did we do? We're gonna put it back in there. So we will put it back under this input. Now it's not absolute, so it should work just fine. Okay. So, but it will push the other elements down when it appears. So the appearance will make it push the other elements down. So we don't need that. We don't need that. Because that did something happen. That will end. Okay. So they're saying my life will end. Okay. So are we good? Okay, good. All right, so let's keep going. I wanted to stop my life. Why?
To stop my life.
Why are you stopping my life? Okay.
Why? Why are you stopping my life? Okay.
Alright, so where were we?
So,
Alright,
so where were we? We are trying. Alright, so now what we've done,
we removed the position absolute to
we removed
two elements.
The position absolute to those two elements, to our drop down element.
Take space.
Which means now it will take space inside that.
So now when you click on this
element,
it will actually take space.
So now when you click on this, it will actually take space.
This is what it will do now.
Click on that. Yes, so this is what it will do now.
This is now okay. I think we have it on top. We should have it.
This is now okay. I think we have it on top. We should have it.
Top. No.
Do we have it? Yeah, we have it on top. No, we don't have it on top. Why is it doing that now?
We have it at the bottom.
We have it at the bottom.
So why is it doing that? Unless it's still.
So why is it doing that? Unless it's still. There's no absolute.
We remove the absolute.
We remove the absolute.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Let's check this team container.
Let's check this team container. Tell us what that.
Team container, that's relative.
That is a double team container, that's relative.
So why is it doing
so
that?
Why is it doing that. Let's refresh.
And refresh. Let's see.
Yeah, history and refresh. Let's see.
Because now it's showing up.
Why?
Of
Because now it's showing up on
why
top
are you doing that?
of the input element. Why are you doing that?
It's doing
Why?
it.
It's doing that. It
is
is doing it.
That's doing something.
This one is fine.
Strange.
But that's doing something strange.
Okay, this one, yeah, that's doing something.
Okay, this one, yeah, that's doing something strange.
Why is it showing up on top?
Why is it showing up on top and still doesn't work?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Still doesn't work. The hell?
Still doesn't work. What the hell?
Okay.
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 This is
Okay. So
this is a problem.
something that
Okay, so
it's just
something that could be easy
input to a selection
is just
input instead of
changing the input to a selection input instead of trying to be smart or to be
the
clever.
actual input element.
But if we change the actual input element,
input element into select
electron input element into select
becomes a selection element. And we do the same.
Becomes a selection element,
the element shift.
and we do the same for shifts. The element shift. This one
Select.
becomes select,
In the options,
and then
when you go to options,
in the options,
when
we go to options, we make
and
this,
the options will make this
and the options will make
option.
this an
So
option.
we'll make that an option.
So we make that an option.
Op-
So we're gonna have
So that now it's an
option.
instead of
So that now it's an option instead of
element.
a paragraph element.
So this is now a select
So
input.
so this is now a select input. So you select.
So now this options.
What you select.
Must be
so now this
inside,
options must be inside.
So now it must be inside this
the input. So now it must be inside this input.
Which means we no longer we actually now we don't.
Which means we no longer we actually now we don't need this
event listener.
We don't need the click
option element
event listener because
like
the option element works like that. So you just
have a drop down and
it knows that you have a drop down and then it will click. So we
might still need to keep that.
So we might still need to keep that.
So we want this
because we want this
we want that to
go to value. We want that to be the value.
Wait, no, we want that one to be that, but
we want that one to be that, but we don't want the other one to be okay. Sure. So this is fine. This is exactly what we want.
And then this option.
This is what we want. And then this option. The actual input option element. This is where we're gonna append our options. So let's find our options. Where's our options?
Find this.
Find this.
Yeah, when we append this,
So here, when we append this, we now need to append this inside the input.
So we need to append this inside the input.
So we need to append this inside the input.
So where is that? Yes.
So
we are now
where is that?
This
yes, this. We are now appending this inside, appending the options inside there. Wait, that's not where we are. We're still in shift.
That's a different one, but we can also do it here.
That's a different one, but we can also do it here. So we want this to be options.
Then
option. Then we can cancel that and then leave this. We don't need that.
Input the shift,
and then the input, the shift input is now selection. So, and that is what the options are being appended to.
Here, the shift,
and then here, the shift input. Now our shift input. Where is our shift input there? Our shift input is now select.
And then
yes, that is what we want.
Our member input is
and then also our member input is now select. Yes. So let's refresh this. Let's see.
We need to go.
If it will get us where we need to go.
So here.
So let's see.
This is now.
So here.
So now.
This is now.
This will just be that.
So now this will just be that.
Yeah.
Okay, we do need to.
Okay, so this is just now a simple select.
Okay, so this is just now a simple select input,
and then
which should just work.
These now
and then
do anything.
These now don't do anything.
So
anymore. So
they don't do anything anymore.
So they don't do anything anymore. So this wrapper doesn't do anything anymore. So we don't need that. We don't need that. Because we don't need this.
I'm just gonna comment it out for now.
I'm just gonna comment it out for now. In case we come back to it. But we don't need this because now we are using an input element. Because before we were manually and then showing it displaying,
removing it from display. And now we don't need that because the select element just does that automatically. So we don't need that. And then even up here, don't need this anymore. So we're just gonna comment this out. We don't need that. Then then we've already done it here. So this will now just work. I was trying to be fancy with that pop-up window, but that pop-up dropped down, but it doesn't seem to serve the purpose. It doesn't work. Okay. So now, we need to clear so when we come here, we need to clear this. So go here. So we need to just remove everything that's already in there, because now, as you can see, it has two Mankunzini, so it's putting it 2 times inside the option drop down of the select element. And now I want that, so we're gonna add, and then down here in shift we'll do the same. So we need to now here move, actually with that. So we're putting nothing inside the input element. And now refresh this. It should work fine. Should work fine. Okay. So it's a drop down. It's still doing it. It didn't take that. Let me see. It did not take it. Didn't take it. Okay, let's see. Now, it's still doing it. Okay, we might need to figure out why it's doing it twice. This one is fine, doing it once. That's doing it 2 times. So we might be calling that element twice. But why is it putting it there 2 times? There's options. Let's figure out what's going on. So we are removing this, but yeah, why is it doing it twice? We can't have done it. Do all this. Go on. Why is it doing it twice? Let's see. Log. Let's see if it comes in here 2 times. Basically in there 2 times. In here, because now it's putting it more than once. I and what's in this? So what's in the data? What's in the data? Ooh. Oh, I just need to figure out why do we have it put each member twice and the drop down. So okay, I'm not logged in, so let's refresh. Log me back in. It logged me out. So after a while it will log you out. So after a while it will log you out. So after a while it will log you out. Okay, cool. Let's see. After a while it will log you out. Okay, cool. Let's see. So we have our drop down. Doing it. We go in there. We have our drop down. It's doing it twice. Yeah, I wanted to see why. This only happened. So this only happened once. So why are we seeing it doing it again? This is doing it once, twice, and this is doing it once. This is did it twice. Why? Yeah, doing it again. Yeah, it's doing it again. It's doing it again. It's doing it again. He's adding it twice. He's adding it twice. But it doesn't look like in there. Oh yeah, I also wanted to see what's in there. Yeah, there's only 4 entries here. Why? So
why it's doing it 2 times.
Calls a function 2 times.
And it doesn't look like it calls the function 2 times. Because if it was calling the function 2 times, we would know.
So, yeah, we have it
So,
2 times.
Yeah, we have it 2 times.
It means the first one, so the other one doesn't.
And it means the first one, so the other one doesn't clear.
So we have to come back here. Because maybe there's another.
Now let's see. So we have to come back here. Because maybe there's another event listener that's listening to this and taking us to another function that does the same thing.
We'll see what's happening.
So let's see what happens. I'll see what's happening.
So that would only have one, definitely have.
That would only have one, definitely have one event listener.
This goes there.
This is just goes there.
This is what it does.
And then when it gets here, this is what it does.
Check something.
But now I need to check something. Let's go to add shift.
I saw earlier.
Because there's something here I saw earlier.
To figure out.
So
here
that is what we need to figure out.
Function.
So here we have this function.
This one
doesn't
have options.
But this one doesn't have options
function
in there. So this function, does it do the same thing?
So it might be happening here.
So it might be happening here. So let's
say dot inner.
Let's say
element.
Dot inner element. Inner HTML.
Clear the current option. So we're gonna clear this.
Good.
So even
clear the current option. So we're gonna clear this.
One,
so even if it wants to
clear
come to this one, we want it to clear the
element. To
clear the element.
Option element. So that
to clear the option element. So
we don't see.
There's nothing in there.
Name twice.
So we don't see
that
each name twice.
Should work now.
So that should work now.
This.
So
it's not supposed to do it.
If we click this, it's not supposed to do it. But I also have to console log here. Just wait. I just want to check if we are coming to this element.
Other options.
This is other options.
Coming to this one. That's the question.
Coming to this one.
So
that's the question. So let's see.
Are we coming to this element?
Are we coming to this element? Let's see. So like that. Now wait.
Are we going the other
so
option?
Now
it goes there.
Are we going the other option? It goes there. Let me see.
It does go there. But why?
So it does go there. But why? When? Where are we?
Here. But this is our element.
We do it here.
Which means
but this is our element. Why are we doing it there? Which means we're doing it twice. So
I'm gonna stop.
Let's remove that.
Stopping this from.
So I'm gonna stop from. I'm stopping this from calling that element. Let's see.
Or maybe we need to stop the first one.
Or maybe we need to stop the first one.
Okay.
I'm calling the element.
Open that.
Okay. Open that.
You can call it.
Okay.
So now
we can call it.
So it's that element.
So now, okay. So it's that element that was
right now
doing all of that stuff. Okay.
And
right now, it works. It works every time. This one also the same.
Now
works every time.
Now it's gonna be easy to add.
Now it's gonna be easy to add. So if we say we want to do something for the week of the 25th, the whole week, we want to set John Musa to do the late shift. Save this. It says please select a member. We have selected a member.
Please select a member. Okay. So our changes now.
Please select a member. Okay. So our changes now.
We're not doing anything.
Fields or things that we didn't do. We're not doing anything. So let's see. I know the selection does not work because
this needs to go there. But when we click
because this needs to go there. But when we click that option, do we
come into this?
Do we come into this?
But does it come inside?
Because we're clicking the option, but does it come inside this event listener?
To take this member's ID and put it in.
To take this member's ID and put it in this input. Because if you don't, it will think we didn't do anything. So let's see.
So basically, that is what
the team member's ID. That is making. That is what is actually.
The name is just a label.
Making the effect.
The ID. That's
the name is just a
identifier.
Label. But the ID. That's an identifier. So that identifier.
We need to know. So
we need to know.
There.
So when we click here, click there, does it go to the identifier?
Click this. It doesn't.
So it doesn't. So when click this, it doesn't put the ID inside that. It doesn't come to that.
So it doesn't register as a click.
So it doesn't register as a click.
Let's refresh that again. I feel it should.
Let's refresh that again. I feel it should.
Refresh.
But let's refresh. Let's see.
Because when you click.
Refresh. Because when you click.
That is what
no. That is what I'm doing.
Click. Yeah, it doesn't go into that.
So click. Yeah, it doesn't go into that.
So it doesn't go into that.
So it doesn't go into that. So let's do this. Let me see.
Option.
So option.
In option. Right?
So we're putting the names in option, right?
But we are not putting the value.
Putting the value in option.
So now dot value.
So now dot value. We are not doing that.
I want the value.
So
to be this.
I want the value.
Hopefully that doesn't.
To be this.
Probably won't work.
Hopefully that doesn't. It probably won't work.
Want the value to be.
Want the value to be. To be the ID.
want the value
So,
to be the ID.
so we want the value to be the ID.
So let's see if that's gonna.
So let's see
So now I have to.
if that's
My mind
gonna
needs to
help
come
us. So
back
now I
see
have to.
how-
My mind needs to come back to see how was I doing it before?
How was I doing it before?
How was I doing it before?
Because maybe the one that I deselected is the one that worked.
Because maybe the one that I deselected is the one that worked.
That other one is the one that worked.
That other one is the one that worked.
Let's do this.
So let's do this.
So if we come back,
let's do this. So if we come back here, so we disable this one. This might be the one that worked.
Enable.
And then let's enable.
Let's disable. Enable that one.
Let's disable. Enable that one. Disable this one.
See what happens. This is
now I have to see what happens when this is the one that's enabled. Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Okay. So if this is selected,
Okay. So if this is selected, we select that.
Still saying team member.
What happens? Still saying
Not
team member. There's not team member selected.
Okay. So let's
Okay.
go back to how
So
it was.
let's go back to how it was.
Go back to how it was.
Go
And
back to
then
how it was. And then
let's clear cache.
let's clear cache.
So
And
we
then let's
still
see.
want to. We need to figure
So
out
we
how
still want to. We need to figure out how that
figure out how this thing that does that.
So
It won't
that
work because now
does that,
says
but
no team
it
member
won't
because
work
that
because
ID
now
it's not
says no team member because that ID is not doesn't.
we are not so go there. So we have this input here.
Go there.
Team member ID input.
So we have this input here.
Needs to get
Team member ID input. That's the input that needs to get the
ID. So
needs to get
if we
the
said,
ID. So if we said
so now this is no longer a click.
So now this is no longer
remove
a click.
The click.
We're gonna remove
make it
the
input.
click. Make it input.
We're gonna make this input.
We're gonna make this input,
we want,
but still we want
outside of the for loop.
The input to be outside of the for loop.
I put it outside.
So we're gonna make it.
And then the input
we're gonna put it outside.
Is
and then the input
this.
Is this.
That's the input.
That's the input.
One without the ID. So we're saying
actually the one without the ID. So we're saying if
there's an input, if something changes.
If there's an input, if something changes in the input,
member ID to go there.
We want member ID to
Or
go
we
there.
can actually say we just want
But we can
value
actually
of
say
the
we just
input
want
to go
the value of the input
uh,
to go
team
to
member ID input.
the
Because now the value
team
of the
member
input,
ID input.
we've made it.
Because now the value of the input, we've made it
We should do it here
to be.
value
We
of
should
the-
do it here somewhere.
not the value of the input.
So the value of the
option is the
not
member
the value
ID.
of the input. The value of the
Anytime you
option
click this
is the
value
member ID.
is gonna
So
go
anytime you
into
click this
the
value
selection input.
is gonna go
So
into
value will
the
go
selection
into that.
input.
And then that.
So the
that is what
value
we
will
then,
go into that,
uh,
and then that is what we will then
see. And that should go.
see,
And that is what we will
and
send
that should
to
go,
the database now and save.
and that
the
is what we will send to database now and save the shift.
shift. Right now
So
we're saying
right now
John Musa. When we click that,
we're saying
John Musa. Now,
John Musa. When we click that,
the member ID.
John
should take
Musa.
that.
Now
let me see why we have.
the member ID should take that. Let me see why we have
An error.
we have an error.
Okay, let's take that out because it doesn't know what we're doing.
Okay, let's take that out because it doesn't know what we're doing.
Okay. So
Okay,
let's see.
so
So
let's
we
see.
want.
So
now
we want.
this should work. So if we put John Musa.
So now
on the
this should
selection,
work. So if we put John Musa now on the
and
selection,
obviously the other one. When we click save.
and obviously the
yeah.
other one,
So now that's working.
when we click save,
It's
on
looking
yeah.
for
So now that's
member
working.
ID.
Because
So the
it's
member
looking
is an
for
ID, a unique
the
ID.
member
So when
ID.
you
So the
click
member
that,
is an ID, a
what we
unique
want to
ID.
save in the database.
So when you click
it's
that,
the-
what we want to
the
save in
ID.
the database,
for this
it's
member,
the-
not the name,
the ID
not
for
the
this
name.
member, not
The
the
ID.
name,
That is what
not the name,
we want.
the
And
ID.
then shift
That
is
is
the
what
same. So the
want.
shift.
And
we
then
don't want to
shift is the same. So the shift
ID because
we don't want to save the name. We want
Makes
the
it,
ID because that's an identifier.
unique to everyone in the database, even from other teams. So the member's ID is different to everyone. So if you put that in the database, we will know this member is John Musa, even if there's another John somewhere, or another Musa, or John Musa somewhere. We will know this one is the one that we want. So let's do it now. For the shift,
let's
as
do
well.
it
All
now
the shifts have
for
different IDs.
the shift as well.
So
All
we
the
need
shifts
to-
have
we
different
need
IDs.
This shift's ID.
So we need this shift
what
ID.
we did
so
not do here.
That is what
So
we did
this
not
is
do
the other
here.
function for the shift.
So this is the other function
we need
for the shift.
this
So
option,
now we need
right, to
this
we
option,
need to put
right,
the shift ID
we need to put
inside the value
the
the
shift
option.
ID inside the value of the option.
Gonna go
So you're gonna go
shift value, put the ID. So we're gonna put the ID
shift value,
in there.
put the ID in there.
So the option
So we're
has
gonna
the
put the ID in there. So the option has the
When
ID.
we click on that option, we will see the
And
name,
then
right? The name
when
of
we
the
click
shift.
on that
Click on
option,
it,
we
take
will
ID
see the name,
and
right? The
put
name of
it
the shift.
in
When
the
we click on
value
it,
of the selection.
check the ID
and then
and
when we
put
press-
it in the
when we
value
press
of the
send,
selection.
push send,
And then when we press,
it will then
when we
save
press
the ID.
send, we push send,
that is
it
what,
will then save the ID.
because that's
That is what we are looking
the shift
for.
ID.
Because
Okay.
that's what we want. We want
So
the shift
we
ID.
have our shift ID.
Okay.
We'll
So
put that
we
in
have our
there.
shift ID.
And then this now we
We'll
listen for
put
an
that in
input.
there. And then this now
No
we
longer
listen
we're not
for an
listening for a
input.
click anymore. We're listening for an input.
No longer we're not listening
And
for a
in
click
here,
anymore. We're listening for an
We'll
input.
take the value
And
of
then
the
in
option.
here, we will take
not the
the
option.
value of the
Or this
option,
now needs to come out of
not the option.
for loop because
Or this now needs to come out of
to come
the
out.
for loop because this is
I'm not
inside the
listening
for
for the
loop.
option
It needs to
anymore.
come out because I'm
I'm
not listening
looking
for the
for
option anymore. I'm
the
looking
actual,
for
selection input.
the
This
actual
input. This is what I'm looking for.
selection
So
input. This
I'm
input. This
listening
is what I'm
for
looking
that,
for.
for the change in that
So
input.
I'm
So if
listening
something
for that
changes in
for
the
the
input,
change in that input.
I then
So if something changes in the input,
value of the
I
input
then
and put
take
it
the
in the shift
value
ID
of the
input.
input and put it
So
in the shift ID input.
That's what we are trying to do here.
So
the value.
that's what
goes in
we
there.
are trying to do here. So the value goes in there.
Clear all of this.
So
Don't need them anymore.
just clear all of this. We
It's
don't
cleaner.
need them anymore. It's cleaner.
Cleaning it up. Okay.
Just cleaning it up.
So now it should
Okay.
allow us
So now it should allow
to
us
send it now.
to
So we have
to send it
refresh.
now.
Now we should be able to
So we
save.
have to refresh. Now we should be able to save.
So this membership
the
now for
shift.
the 25th of August.
So this membership now for the 25th of August, we should
So-
be able to save it.
Actually, let's make it
So
for
actually, let's make it
a week where there is
for
no shift. So there's no
a
shift
week where there is
in this.
no
now
shift. So
when
there's
we
no shifts
save
here
that
now in
member
this.
shift.
So now when we
go-
save that
we're gonna
member
go from
shift,
Monday to
so
Sunday.
we're gonna go.
Right?
So we're gonna go from
1
Monday to
September.
Sunday,
So
right?
we're gonna go John Musa,
1 September,
and then
so we're gonna
we'll
go
make
John
him,
Musa.
morning shift,
and
we
then
want to put
we'll
it
make
in the
him
morning shift.
morning shift. So we want to put it
On the
in the
morning
morning shift.
and then when
On
we
the morning
save,
shift.
it should work. Now.
And then when
And
we
it should come
save,
back with
it should work.
his
now.
shift.
And it should come back with his
So
shift.
when it comes back, we should see his
So
shift.
when it comes back,
Come on,
you
shift.
should
There
see
you go.
his shift.
John Musa.
Come on, shift.
is
There
gonna
you
be
go.
working morning this week.
John Musa
First of
is going to be working morning this
7th
week.
of September.
The 1st of
So,
September to the
This
7th of
is
September.
working. Another
So,
thing I wanted to do, I wanted
This
to
is
stop it.
working. Another thing I wanted to
refreshing the
do, I
whole
wanted
page
to stop
and
it
just get
from the
data
refreshing the
from
whole
database
page
and
and
put
just
it in here.
get
So that
the
is what I
data
want
from
to
the database
change.
and put it in here.
So,
that is what we want
1
to
second,
change.
I need a water break.
So,
Give me 2 minutes.
1 second, I need a water break.
So, this
Give
was
me
sorted
2 minutes.
So,
So
now
this
do
was
the
sorted
next thing.
now.
so the next thing
So,
is that when
I'll
we
now
save it,
do the next thing. So the next thing is that when we save it,
when we save it,
um,
we
when we
want,
save
we
it,
don't want it to refresh the
we don't want it
website,
to
the whole
refresh
page.
the
Just to-
whole
just update
website, the whole page,
this.
just to just update
the table. Right now,
this.
we
Just update the
after
table.
saving it, we'll
Because right now,
select
we
member.
after saving it,
we
we
have
refresh.
selected the member.
Select member. We
I
have
think
selected the member.
Go back there. I think it's
Something.
working. Okay, yeah.
Let's go back
I
there.
know what's happening.
Okay, it's working. Okay, yeah. I know what's happening. The value.
The value.
The value.
There's no value. There should be.
There's no value. There should be.
Putting it in here, right?
Because we're putting it in here, right?
Should be
So there should be one.
or we don't.
Or we don't.
Okay.
Doesn't have a value. Okay.
So we're gonna have to put an empty option
So
at the
let's.
top.
We're gonna have to put an empty
This
option at the top.
we must append.
So this. We must append
Append an option.
Append an option.
Append child.
Append child.
Empty option.
Empty option.
empty options or create our
empty options or create our empty option here, const empty option,
and then select member.
Empty option.
This empty option will have
and then select
no value.
member. So this empty
it will have no value, and then it will just say select member. So I will do the same thing for shift as well. So when we get here, we need to create an empty option, constant empty option dot create element create element option right, and then put that empty option inside inside the input element. So the empty option just says select, shift select, yeah, so that we don't try to save something, because this option doesn't have a value. So now if we click, now it says select, we'll see the select there, and then when we select, then we are selecting an option with a value, and that value goes into the input, and then when we save, that will be saved in the database. So if we do that here, we're gonna go next member, Ungile. So this also says select an option, then you're gonna select an option from below, and then you're gonna say okay, do the evening. Then when we save, this time it should just work. But again, it's refreshing the whole page, and that is what I want to stop. I don't want
page, and that is what I want to stop.
So
I don't want it to refresh the whole page. So
now we need to find where we click.
So now we need to find where we click.
There's an event listener.
The save button, this button. So there's an event listener for that button.
Somewhere down here.
So we need to find it somewhere down here. So
down there. So the save button.
Down there. So the save button. Save button.
So when we save it.
So save. So when we save it, there's an event listener. This is now listening
for that button. It will go
for that button. So if you click that button, it will go into this and do all of this. So what we want,
save. Okay,
we
so
want it.
It will save it, right?
To save.
Now we need to know.
So it will save it, right? But now we need to know
when it's done.
So when it's done.
Shift, or when this is done.
So update new shift. So when this is done, we don't want it to refresh the whole page.
So we're gonna go to this function, update new event shift.
So we're gonna go to this function, update new event shift.
Come back.
So we'll go to this function. So when we come back, so it will go into insert shift
page. That is
when we come back.
Problem. So we come here and then run this reload. So we're reloading the page. So we don't want to do that. We want to.
So we don't want to do that.
Call the function.
Call the function.
The table
that
so I want to
populates
that populates this
the table. So I want to call the function that populates this table.
We just want to call this function,
not
which is
refresh the whole page. We just want to call this function, which should be employee
initializer.
The employee.
Sure, I have it.
Initializer or something. Sure, I have
schedule,
it as something like that. Employee schedule. You see. So render schedule. So we need to find where we fetch. So
the shifts.
Where we fetch the shifts for that table.
See, where do we call it?
So let's see, where do we call it?
This
We call this
fetch employee schedule. Yeah, so this is the one.
fetch employee schedule. Yeah, so this is the one.
Everywhere. So that is the one that we need.
This is called from everywhere. So that is the one that we need to call.
This function.
So this function, we need to call this function
when we're done.
From there when we're done.
Shift.
So after adding the shift, I need now to find that function again.
This one, yes.
Where was it? Add shift. It's this one. Yes.
Done.
After all of this is done, we wanted to call
that function.
We wanted to call that function. Call this function.
And then
all right.
I also want to
and then in here I also want to know what we get after saving. So because it needs to come back with some errors. If there's errors that are happening, we need to know on the back end.
Those errors.
We need to know. We need to know those errors. So I'm gonna console log this results. And this should tell us what happened when we sent the members shift to the database. So let's refresh this again.
Yeah,
and now we need to find out. Yeah, we need to find out.
But at least now, when we come
back,
we will just populate the table.
But at least now, when we come back, we will just populate the table.
So we're gonna put a new member.
Save.
Trevor.
So we're gonna put a new member. Pendulo Trevor.
Late shift.
We wanna make him
day shift.
Late shift. Okay, let's make him day shift.
The whole week.
And then the whole week. He's gonna do it the whole week.
So when we save, it says.
Yeah, so when we save, it says. Yeah, but this should be fine. Why is it not fine? Okay, I have to figure out what happened there.
But anyway, it does come back.
Something is wrong. But anyway, it does come back.
So if it's successful,
and then, so if it's successful, it will give us.
So that message down there says successful true. So we just want to see if we have success. So here in this code, we will check for if the return, if this return is not success, if the return is not success, then send to tracking window, tracking, have to find tracking, find tracking activities. Okay, send this to tracking activities and message. So go to tracking activities and then we're sending this message to tracking activities. We need to go to PHP here. I need to know when there's an error, what comes back. So that's in include insert. So we're gonna go to
include insert. So we're gonna go to
insert,
include, insert
shift,
insert shift.
Look for.
So this is what we want to look for. So
wrong happens.
So if something wrong happens, it will just throw an error.
Okay, so error will be what we get back.
Okay, so error will be what we get back.
So
okay. So
I don't want to throw an error like that.
I don't want to throw an error like that.
Something is wrong.
Just want to say something is wrong.
And then
so it's not
on. The error?
And then
team member not found.
What's the error? Team member not found.
Because I don't want to just throw an
Right.
error.
Because I don't want to just throw an error.
So this is false. And what's the error?
So this is false. And then what's the error?
Missing fields, yeah. Like that.
Missing fields, yeah. Do it like that. Also the same.
And then what's the error?
And then
Missing,
what's the error?
no data.
Missing.
And then
So there's no data. And then we gotta exit. Exit this place.
So we need to exit every time.
So we need to exit every time we get an error.
Exit. This is an error. We exit.
Exit. If this is an error, we exit.
And then after we
And then after we learn
learn the truth,
the truth, we exit.
yeah. Okay. So now
Yeah.
we know we're gonna see
Okay.
error when it comes back.
So now we know
error.
we're gonna see error when it comes back. So the error
Send error
is the message. So we're
tracking
gonna send error to tracking activities.
tracking activities. Good. So
To tracking activities,
how
good.
it looks like.
So
So
that's how it looks like.
Check the stream. Okay, all this going. So okay, we've been going for 2 hours. 2 hours. Okay, cool. We just need a small break after this is done. So let's refresh. Okay, so right now we're gonna come back from the database. After saving, it won't refresh the whole page. It will just update the table. So it should just update this table. It will.
So it should just update this table.
Do more than that.
It will.
So
It will not
go
do more than that.
new.
So we're gonna go
New.
new.
That.
Do that.
Put Mangunzini there.
Put Mangunzini there.
Which one?
I already have Mangunzini. Which one does not have any?
They all have this week. So
okay, so they have. They all have this week. So let's move to another week.
So this week we have to put.
So this week
we
have to put.
Trevor.
We start with
on morning shift.
Trevor Pendulo.
Do the whole
on
week,
morning shift.
maybe except for Sunday, Saturday.
Do the whole week, maybe except for Sunday, Saturday, and then save.
Come back and update that.
So this should
we forgot to remove
go. Come back and update that. We forgot to remove
the pop-up.
our pop-up. We need to remove the pop-up as soon as we click that that button. So we need to remove the pop-up. So let's see, we have a pop-up. So this pop-up. So
check if it exists.
all we gotta do is check if it exists and remove it.
So
down here.
So we'll come here.
So
and then
we'll come here.
Only remove it.
And then we only remove it.
Just say return here.
If so, we just say return here.
Return. We just wanna return, not returning anything.
Return. We just wanna return, not returning anything.
When we call.
So first, when we call
we don't want anything
that
back.
function, we don't want it. We don't want anything back.
Here.
So
we just do
so
that.
here.
So could you
So just do that. So could you select this? And then down here,
if everything comes back right,
If everything comes back right,
If everything is correct, we will remove that.
if everything is
And
correct,
if it exists,
we will
which means
remove that.
there's a pop-up. We will
And if
remove
it exists, which means
And
there's a pop-up, we will remove it.
then we
And
also have error message.
then we also have
So
error message in the
error
pop-up.
message.
So pop-up has that error message.
There's an error message.
There's an error message at the bottom.
That error.
So
Error wrapper.
that error, shift error wrapper. That is where we put our.
We put.
Yeah. So that is where we put an error. If there's an error, we put something in there. So
this error message.
And this error message
on here.
So we're just gonna down here, down there, down here,
So if
here,
this
down here.
exists,
So if this exists, actually we have to
in there,
check in here.
that's when.
So in there, that's when we want to create.
Actually, this we want to
query selector this. Query selector this inside that.
That is if.
Inside this, and that is if
this
it exists. So if this exists,
if that pop-up is still
so
there, popping up,
if that pop-up is still
we want to do
there,
this,
popping up, we want to do this, and we also
want to now create.
And we also want to now create our error, and then
create the error element, the paragraph.
Create the error element,
and then
the paragraph,
the
error
that comes
and then the
from the
actual
PHP,
error that comes from
put in the text.
from the PHP. That's the one that we put in the text.
Put it in
So we're
there.
gonna put this in the text. We put it in there. So
put it in there.
that is so we put it in there
An error. This is the problem.
to say we have an error. This is the problem. If there's an error.
So now,
Okay.
refresh this.
So now we have to refresh this. Let's also clear cache
So
and refresh that again.
right now
So
we will.
right now we will.
Yes, right now we will take the.
Yes, right now we will take the. We.
Okay. So we have that.
Okay.
Uh,
So we have that.
10, right? So it's gonna come back.
We have
We're
the
clearing the
10,
pop-up.
right? So it's gonna come
And then
back.
only updating the.
We're clearing the
database,
pop-up
the table.
And then only updating
Not
the
refreshing the whole
database,
thing.
the
And if there's an
table,
error coming back from that
not
side,
refreshing the whole
then
thing. And if there's an
just
error coming back
display
from that
the
side,
pop-up. It won't remove
then
the pop-up when
it
there's an
will
error.
just display on the pop-up. It
So
won't remove the
let
pop-up
us
when there's an
add
error.
A new
So let us add a
shift.
new
Monday to Sunday.
shift,
So
Monday to Sunday.
this is gonna be
So
John Musa.
this is gonna be
the late
John
shift.
Musa. John Musa is doing
Gonna
the
call it
late
graveyard
shift.
And
We're
then
gonna call him the graveyard
from
shift.
the 8th all the way
And then
to the 14th.
from the 8th all the
of
way
September.
to the 14th
Save this.
of
This will
September.
remove the pop-up.
We save this.
So
This will
make
remove the
it quicker
pop-up
to
and just update the
and bring your
database. So this
results
will make
back.
it quicker to
And
update
then
and bring
you
your
should be able
the
to
results
move
back.
This around.
And then you
want
should
it.
be able to move
And
this
then
around if you want it,
Move this
and
forward.
then move
Make this
them around.
Yeah.
Move this
Should
forward.
be able to do all
Make
of
this one. Yeah. So it should be able to do all of that
that. We'll move
as
this
well.
out. Yeah.
So move this out.
That's supposed
Yeah.
to work.
That's supposed to work.
Fix that bug.
That's a bug. We need to fix that bug.
But otherwise, we have. So
Our shift.
just fine.
So this is working just fine.
Maybe before I take a small.
Maybe before I take a small break.
Or maybe we should end the stream here.
Or maybe we should end the stream here and continue tomorrow.
So,
okay.
If we add someone,
and there's an error,
this here brings an error.
This here
So
brings an error.
So we can recreate.
So if there's an error coming back from this, so we can recreate an error. We can quickly just return something outside.
This will just return
this. This will just return this error.
Then
so it will come in and return the error.
That shows up here should work.
Then that
we should
error that shows up here should work.
Error happening.
So we should see
save
the error happening.
The error.
So save should come back with the error. Okay, it's coming back with an error, but it's not putting it in our
206
in our thing. So let's see what happened. The 206.
206. So caught error. What is it saying? We have to now. Oh, that's logged out. So what's the error saying? Cannot read property of null. Update new 195 at update 195. So something in 195 is happening. So basically it doesn't know what all of this is. What are we doing here? Okay, so it doesn't know what this is because we're missing a dot. We need to have a dot there. We're missing a dot. So when you query selector, you have to select a dot. Okay. So see, we have to put a dot to say this is a class. I'm selecting a class of this name. So that class, that name. So let's try and save it. So John Musa doing the graveyard shift. Save. This should bring the error. There you go. Missing a field. So that's the error. So the error is working. And then I want this to be centered. So we're still just gonna I'm just gonna put it in.
Just going to
here.
Put it in to check it in here.
Put the text
and just make the text
align.
Put the text in the center basically.
So text align center. So in CSS, if you do that, the text, all text in that element will be centered. So text align center. So now when the error comes back, it should be in the center. Also just put an exclamation here. Okay. This is an error. So put an exclamation mark. Okay. So that's saved.
So
now
that's saved. So now
refresh this. So that error should come back.
We will refresh this. So that error should come back
center
and
the elements,
be in the center
and
of the elements.
we'll have an
And then,
exclamation mark because
we'll have an exclamation mark because
so now we're in the center. So if
so now we're in the center.
if you add
So if we put John Musa,
and click on this,
if you add hold shift
good.
and click on this,
Now,
centered.
if we
Good.
take this and put it back,
Now, if we take this and put it back now in where it belongs. What the fuck?
not that.
Where's the if? Not that.
Am I looking at the right thing here?
What
This
the hell?
doesn't look like.
Am I looking at the right thing here? This doesn't look like.
So I want to put
What are we
this
looking at? Okay, there. So I want to put this
with exit.
back inside with the exit.
Now
Okay.
that should be
So
fine.
now
Should be able to
it should be fine.
save
Should be
the
able
shift,
to
populate the table
save the shift,
refreshing the whole page.
populate the table without refreshing the whole page. And if
Uh,
there's an error,
Guess no error.
uh,
If there's an error,
guess no error.
it will just
If there's an error, it will
okay.
just
We're gonna go
give
John
the
Musa.
error. Okay.
He has to
So we're
do
gonna go
the
John
late
Musa. Okay, he has to
week.
do the late shift
shift and then
all
save.
week
So
and
there you
then
go.
save.
We should have
So
Johnny there.
there you go. We should
Oh
have.
yeah, so he
Johnny
is
there.
in here, but now there's two
Oh
shifts.
yeah, so he is in here, but now
There's two shifts.
there's two shifts. There's
Okay.
two shifts.
So let's add
Okay.
put someone else.
So
on
let's
that
add
shift.
put someone else on that shift.
The late shift.
Lungi there.
We can just
The late shift.
week,
We can just make
and then
Lungi
we
there
will move
1
all the
week.
late shifts.
And then we will move all the late shifts to Lungi there.
All of them to Lungina. All of
So
them
move
to
all of them
there,
to
and
Lungina.
all of them to Lungi there.
All of them to Lungi there. All of them to Lungi there.
Or maybe put
And then we might have
shift
to,
here.
or maybe put the late
Yes.
another late shift here.
Now this looks
Yes.
good.
So now this looks good.
Move this around. Remain like this.
So if you move this around, it will remain like this
Okay. So,
unless you change it.
okay, so
Okay. So okay, so
so that's working basically.
so that's working basically. That it's working.
Drop down.
We've managed to fix
No longer
this drop down.
it was
No longer
unclickable. So we can
because it
click
was
now every time
unclickable
I
before.
click it.
So we can
But
click
now
now
it's
every
our
time we
selection.
try click it.
Now
Because now it's an actual selection,
DIY
Not,
drop down because I made a DIY drop down.
a DIY
It
drop
works.
down because I made a DIY
Gets
drop
the
down and it works.
ID,
It gets the
number.
member's
Like-
ID,
like it's not like your
ID number,
citizenship
but
ID number,
like
but
it's
ID
not like
number
your citizenship
for the
ID
table,
number,
so
but
that
it's ID
puts it
number
in the table so that we know
for the table.
which
So that
user is that.
it puts it in the table so that we know
So
which user is that.
I'm thinking I'm gonna
So
stop here
I'm thinking I'm gonna stop here.
and then we will continue tomorrow. We will
and
definitely
then
do it tomorrow.
We will continue
I started
tomorrow.
at
We will
10
definitely
today,
do it
South
tomorrow.
African time.
I started at 10
So
today,
possibly I
South
will
African
do
time.
with the same way.
So possibly I will do
I'll
with
start
the same
around
way.
10 or
Tomorrow
10,
I'll start around 10 or
half past
before
9.
10,
but yeah, I'll be sitting here
possibly 9:30.
at 9:30.
But
South
yeah,
African
I'll be
time
sitting
tomorrow.
here
And
at
then
9:30 South African time tomorrow,
And then I will
and
continue
then I
with
will
this.
start the
So,
stream.
uh,
And then I will continue with this.
tomorrow, I'm
So,
thinking because we have
Tomorrow, I'm thinking because we have
this shift
we have
pop-up
this
coming from there.
shift
But
pop-up
down
coming
here, when
from
we go
there.
new shift here,
But down here,
the
when you
pop-up
go
that
new
comes out
shift here,
does not have the same pop-up as
the
there.
pop-up that comes out
So
does not
I
have the
want
same
it
pop-up as there.
to maybe
So
I'm just gonna
I
add
want
one more
it
option here.
Maybe
say
I'm just gonna add
Click
one
it,
more
it will
option
then
here
give that pop-up.
to
So when we
say
see that pop-up,
when you click it, it will then
Because
give
here,
that pop-up. So we
what
will
is
see
happening
that
here, you're
pop-up.
generating from
Because here, what is happening here, you're
different,
generating from
sources like this one
different
says copy from last week,
sources.
so this will
Like
copy from the previous
this
week.
one says
This
copy
one
from last week,
selects
so this will copy from the previous
a
week.
preset.
This one selects
So
a
you select a preset. So let me
So
do this. Let's go.
you select a
to,
preset. So let me do this. Let's
1
go
September,
to
remember.
1 September. Remember,
One.
1 September.
This one. So I
This
want
one,
to save
1
this
September.
as a preset.
This one. So I want to save this as a preset.
Week 8.
We're just gonna call it
This will be a preset.
week 8.
So
this will be a preset.
When you go here,
So yeah, so when you go here, this one will get from the previous week.
From preset. So
that one will
presets are
get.
saved.
This one will
So
get
you
from
can
presets. So
select
the
between
presets are saved.
presets that were
So you
saved.
can select
And
between
then
the presets that
the
were
next
saved.
one, this is auto generation.
And then
so this one will just
the
auto
next one, this is auto generation. So this one will just auto generate.
Look at the amount of members that you
shift.
have
So it will
and allocate
look
a
at the
shift
amount
to them
of members that you have
for that
and
week,
allocate
for the whole
a
week.
shift to them
For
for that week, for the whole week.
You just save the
And then
So
obviously
I will
here
have
you
to
just
add
save
now,
the presets.
So
I will have to
that.
add now.
this
I will
new shift
add
so that, you
that
see this pop-up.
this
So
new
pop-up will
shift
come on
so that
top
you
of
see this pop-up.
the other pop-up.
So this pop-up will come on top of the other pop-up,
Yeah.
which is this pop-up.
We will do that,
So
and then
yeah, so we will do that.
yeah, then we'll,
And then
oh yeah, also want to fix that consolidation.
yeah,
So
then we will.
if
Oh yeah,
I
also
try
want to fix that
delete-
consolidation. So if
so,
I try to
yeah,
delete,
after consolidation,
so yeah, after
after
consolidation,
consolidate.
after delete, consolidate.
Consolidate. So
Consolidate.
here, if I
So
delete
here,
that shift,
if I
it
delete
doesn't-
that shift,
it doesn't consolidate. So delete
it
this.
doesn't.
So
It
doesn't
doesn't
fix the
consolidate. So
consolidation. There's
delete
only one
this.
shift under
So
that
it doesn't
container,
fix the
that
consolidation. There's only one shift under
It did
that
fix
container,
it
that
because it needs to
consolidation
remove the
container, but
consolidation
it
container
didn't
and only
fix it because it needs
have
to
the
remove
shift
the
in that
consolidation
cell.
container and only
So
have the
we'll
shift
fix that
in that
tomorrow,
cell.
so that
So
when we delete something,
we will fix that tomorrow
it will update.
so that
and
when we
say
delete something,
if you still have
the
like
consolidate will
more than one
update
shift,
and
it will
say if
three
you
shifts,
still have like
two
more than
shifts.
one shift, it will
So
say
this will all
3
be
shifts,
fixed
2
tomorrow.
shifts in there. So this
do
will
that.
all be fixed
And
tomorrow.
also
So we'll do that and also add shift,
shift in generation.
add shift in generation. Generation.
Tomorrow.
Okay. So we'll do that tomorrow.
We'll do that tomorrow. So right now.
So we'll do
stop
that
it.
tomorrow. So right now we're gonna stop it.
We can all go to sleep.
And then we can all go to sleep.
Will happen tomorrow.
And then everything else.
Okay.
will
Thank you
happen
very much
tomorrow.
for engaging.
Okay.
I will see
Thank you very much for engaging. I will see you tomorrow.